Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm Dear Darling, and who are we? Why are we here? Why don't we answer more of these questions together? Well, this is a very late recording. This is actually, I'm recording this later than it actually is meant to go up. Because I just didn't have a backlog, essentially. Oh yes, I forgot that we were doing this level. I should have thought about this level more when I wasn't playing it, because I didn't actually come up with a cohesive idea as a solution. But we have this, excuse me, we can fly upwards. I remember that much. We have a teleporter over there, and presumably there's some angle of which we can teleport onto something. But we can also do this for no discernible gain. We can't get through because we need a jammer, probably. So, I mean, is it conceivable? What can we see from here? Because I think a thing I wanted to do was to put the teleporter here, and then teleport from below, but I'm pretty sure that's not possible. I think this might be possible though. I don't know if we can do it very well holding the jammer. That's my biggest problem. Because we can't, we could teleport like this actually. It seems like this is specifically designed so we can't do that as a solution, which makes me think that we need to put it up there. But the thing is, we need something to hold that down. Oh! We can take the fan and teleport up. And get the fan to hold it down. There we go. I was just thinking, it's like, we can't get up there without the fan. And I was just like, we have a teleporter. Of course we can. So we can do this to teleport up. There we go. Slamma lamma jam that. Not really sure what we need to do here, but presumably we need to put some stuff on here. I just want to see what it does. I assume this opens just a tiny amount. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So we can put this here as well. We can. What is that? What does this power up? Oh, it powers up that. Okay, well, we need to go up anyway. Oh, we can't see it. Oh, no. I thought we'd be able to see it from here. We cannot. Okay, we had to, I guess we had to restart checkpoint. Because I've made it impossible for myself. Right, noted. Okay, do this. We can speed run through now. We know what we're doing. We just gotta keep something, keep it tight. I'm walking around the world tonight. A lot of fall damage, I think, in this level. I will say, I don't know why this level needs to be as tall as it is. It seems a little bit excessive. Like, the entire point of this level would have been like, well, the point would have got across at a much smaller scale, I would have thought, but hey ho, I'm not the level designer. I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe there's some interaction with other stuff. I wonder if we put it on here, we open it up. How does that work? I don't know. There's no other way we can keep this thing open, though, is a problem. I'm a little bit curious just to see what this does. Interesting. But it's probably not enough time for us to run forward and do that, is it? Unless we could do it like this. Hold on, and then we like teleport. Oh, that would have been cool if that was actually the solution. It's not though. We need a teleporter on a grate so we can grab that and teleport back up. We also need to bring something down, don't we? Because I don't know how we're going to get back down otherwise. So it makes sense to me to put the fan down. Right. It almost feels like I want to take this jammer across, but I can't. I cannot indeed. Oh, I can't think of a way I could. I mean, I guess we could do this for only the slightest of benefits. The problem with this teleport is we cannot see it while we're down there. But the problem with that is now I have no reason to go down there. If I drop the teleporter down, then how am I going to get back up? That's the main issue. Because there's no other way of going back up. Oh, unless I put the teleporter over there. Can I even put it over there? I don't think I can. How am I going to get in there? Oh, hold on. This place has a gate which opens up, right? It has a receiver. That's probably how I get in there. Surprisingly difficult level, this one. It does look like it's about to fall. I don't want it to fall, though. That's a problem. I can't imagine this is actually the solution. That's probably a reason why it only opens that much, is so we can't do this as a solution. Right, okay, you... Okay, just double checking. It's probably just a visual thing. If there's nothing on it, it probably is like considered immediately closed. What else could I do? Like, these are the only two things I have access to. Unless there's a way I can get this through while holding this. Well, the answer seems to be no. There's no way for me to... There must be a way for me to bring the jammer across somehow. What can I see from here? I could probably see that teleporter from here, actually. Ah, but I can't get back down there, can I? Maybe I could see it from here, though. I think it's worth a try. Even if we do have to reset if it fails. Wonderful, there we go. So now we can do this. We drop down, we take this, teleport back up. We charge it with a laser. I've also got to think what I want to leave down there. I assume the fan makes the most sense to leave down there. Right, I don't use that accumulator yet. Does the fan make the most sense to leave down there? Yes, I think so. So we do this. As long as we have a teleporter, we can always come back up. So that's okay. And then we teleport up here. Then we take the accumulator. Laser up. It's charged up now. We bring it back. And now we use a teleporter because now we don't need to come back up again. I see. Surprisingly difficult level, this. Because it wasn't so much about interacting with the game mechanics as it was much more about finding the right angles, I suppose. Which you say is a game mechanics, and I would agree. It's just sort of like, it felt a bit different, you know?
A couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city, just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures
the beauty of mass production?
It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know
Which part
if it
it
happened
wasn't?
while the structure was still operational, or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way, and history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
You know what? Pretty fair response to everything, methinks.
In the early days, humankind lived in a
Wait,
world
that was
of
Cornelius?
unexplained wonders and terrors.
Oh.
The powers of the elements were understood in terms
Hello?
of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms
Sure,
and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that,
Oh
Miranda.
man.
But I do think there
That's a
was
lot.
another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
What? That's how I met your mother. She was born. I'm not really sure what to do here. Oh, we can probably just teleport in. Yeah, okay, hold on. If I teleport in, I need to teleport in with this, don't I? Otherwise, what's the point? Because I can't get back out with this teleporter. And it's okay, that's not permanently in there because I could just teleport back out with this. Okay, so now we have literally everything. We've got to figure out how we're gonna finesse this such that we can basically have multiple things going on at once. Is that how it works? Like we can do this, hold that down, teleport like that, I guess. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I was like, I wonder how. Why did the music stop?
The particle clouds continue to be exactly the same.
I don't know if that should be surprising at this point, but still. I don't know why that was like a music stop sort of situation. Private message. This must be from, Helga, that's the name. 1K, let's have a quick chat. I was glad to hear that you're keeping an open mind on the somnodrome thingy. I won't pretend to know what you should do if you find one that's working. I just don't want you to decide in advance. It's far too much fun to keep everyone guessing. Okay, got stash. Ideas are contagious, but they don't sell themselves. Send my love to the rest of the team. Will do. Info is a private message, right? Teleportation. Except at this point, why not? Why not? In some ways, teleportation is one of the less surprising things we found here. In fact, at least particle teleportation was known to be theoretically possible. Of course, that's still miles away from these teleporters, which operate on principles that simply contradict what we know of physics. The transfer of matter from one location to another is instantaneous, without an observable wormhole or similar effect. There is, however, a release of exotic particles in the instant of teleportation, which decay within fractions of a second. Do you think these particles are like game design? Like, just sort of like a make-believe particle, you know? Not like make-believe as it doesn't exist, obviously make-believe, but like make-believe and like, if you want it to be true, it's true sort of thing. I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking, but anyway. Pretty much all the tech on the island, from the puzzles to the megastructure, is run by a system called Noema. I've identified a number of obvious commonalities of the software we use in New Jerusalem, enough to be certain that Noema is descended from our own software, although Athena and Cornelius appear to have upgraded it quite extensively. Noema seems capable of interfacing directly with the user's mind at a deeper level than our own technology, although this functionality is not used consistently. Currently, guest users are locked out of all functions, so only 1K can access the system, although he's also locked out of any admin functionality. And the Sphinx puzzle, which we've not understood what it means yet. But maybe it'll become more apparent once we discover the thing we need to use to interface with it. But for now, we're just going to go on solving more levels. Roads. Well, it didn't say which way was number 5. It does say there's something over here, though. Which I'm a little bit curious about. It does look like it's a device log. Whoa. A very interesting spaceship design. It does kind of look like a biblically accurate angel, doesn't it? What's it called? Saturn chalk. Saturn chalkidi kidenexy. What? When I realised it was over, it was all really over for good. I decided to take one last trip to my favourite places before the symptoms got too much. I can never forget what they did to Chalkidiki, this incredible wild rugged place between mountain and sea with pine trees all the way down to the water. The colours, the vistas, the sheer overwhelming beauty of it all, and they just built over it. Hideous hotels sprawling like tumours, obscene beach bars blaring their awful music across the sea. Even in Kavura tribes, it was impossible not to hate humanity a little for it. The idea of it all returning to nature, of the hotels gradually sinking back into the reed fields, was moving and beautiful. But then I went back to Thessaloniki, and for all the ugliness inflicted upon the city, the idea that people would no longer meet up beneath a Camara, or go for long ambling walks on the promenade, or for crepes on Platia Navarino was unbelievably sad. The idea of the Rotonda just standing there, empty, after being a sacred place of so many centuries, it made me remember that it's not just beaches and forests that are beautiful, that cities can be more than just streets and noise. Cities can have histories and personalities, and that means something. Who am I writing this for? Do I believe there will be survivors after all? Do I think that crazy robot project I heard about will actually work out? Do I hope that aliens will come to our planet one day and wonder who we were? Truth is that I don't know. But there is something in the love we feel for the beautiful things that we built, as much as in our revulsion towards unnecessary destruction, that matters. Why didn't our ancestors understand that you can build in ways that make an area more beautiful instead of ruining it? Even if all they cared about was personal benefit, wouldn't that benefit them more? Unfortunately not, Miranda. No. As no one's taught Miranda about capitalism yet, right? In the long run, yes, but people rarely think about the long-term consequences, especially if there's an incentive to act immediately. And yet most of them were unhappy with the results. Couldn't they see that it was within their control to act differently? Miranda, hey. Not always that simple, unfortunately, as the case may be. Well, you know, I suppose you go on to the debate on how much an individual has influence over things which are for an entire society. Sure, you can make small incremental changes here and there, but it's difficult to upheave an entire ingrained system, especially when people are lobbying against you, huh? Solving a wrong problem. But hey, Miranda's innocent. She doesn't know. She didn't grow up in, well, our world. Not to say that she doesn't have valid criticisms of it, of course. I'm just saying. It sort of just gives a vibe of, well, just solve it, you know. From LD Almonds, can you point me in the direction of a better timeline? Humans are problem solvers is a quote frequently associated with my friend Alexandra Drennan. It's become a meme on the internet, used both ironically and not, though Alexandra, of course, is entirely earnest in her dedication to humanity. It's a great thought and vital to understanding our species. But it's also not entirely as simple as that. I mean, take for example the recent extinction of the orangutan and the ensuing conversation about the dangers of unknown pathogens released by human activity. Most of us agree that a problem exists, and significantly most of us believe that something ought to be done about it. So we've identified a problem, and we've collectively decided to act. So why is nothing happening? Now that's a serious question. A great deal of effort is expended on raising awareness, but I would like to suggest that sometimes our problem-solving impulses can get us stuck on the wrong goals. Awareness is not the issue. We've already convinced people that something needs to change. So if nothing changes, we have to wonder, why is the will of a people not being translated into action? Text missing from the archive. She's also capable of being devastatingly sarcastic, but that's a story for another book. Maybe the problem was that they didn't have enough hope. They could see the problems that they couldn't imagine that one day those problems could be solved. It's easy for us to get so lost in the problems of the present that they think nothing will ever change. They lost hope because the historical circumstances they found themselves in encouraged despair. But that, in turn, meant the condition could not change. How do you go against history itself? Interesting. I suppose certainly there is an error to that with sort of like a very pessimistic outlook, which is very much pervading modern life, isn't it? From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 372. Yemo died today. One moment he was there, welding a joint on the upper levels of a tower, and the next he was gone. One careless step, that's all it took. Athena brought him to the dam, but even Cornelius couldn't help. Yemo is gone, and now there's only 12 of us. I think about Yemo every day. So do I. You did nothing wrong. You weren't even there. I was. They say regulations are built on blood, as they say.
This is a design
Oh,
for
okay.
an improved charging station. Fascinating, but not relevant.
Still, good to have, question mark? I guess that's number 5 over there. Oh, hello Melville. What are you scanning over here? We don't really have enough time to talk to you because it's been 20 minutes. So I'm going to just walk into number 5 and immediately walk out as we round this episode off here. Whoa! Dyad. Cool glass flooring. If you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principal 2 and I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.